All right, Leafs Nation, gather round. Are you ready for the off-season rumor mill to kick into high gear? Are you prepared to ponder trades that sound, well, let's just say big? Because a fascinating and frankly massive trade proposal is circulating. It involves the Toronto Maple Leafs potentially acquiring a defenseman who stands a towering 6'8". That's right. While the team is busy building the coaching staff, the speculation about player personnel never stops. And this particular pitch highlights exactly the kind of player the Leafs might be targeting as they look to reshape their blue line. Get ready, because we're diving deep into a potential three-player deal that could dramatically change the look of the Leafs defense. So, where is this intriguing trade pitch coming from? It originated using the Puckpedia website's PuckGM tool, which allows users to construct and propose their own hypothetical trades. And one user has put forward a deal that has the Toronto Maple Leafs acquiring defenseman Tyler Myers from the Vancouver Canucks. Let's break down the proposed transaction. In this scenario, the Toronto Maple Leafs would acquire the towering 6'8" defenseman Tyler Myers. Heading back to Vancouver Canucks in this three-player deal would be too young, pending restricted free agent forwards from the Maple Leafs. Nick Robertson and Holmberg, along with a 2026 third-round draft pick. On the surface, it's an intriguing concept. The Maple Leafs get exactly what they've reportedly been prioritizing, more size and length on the back end. The Canucks, on the other hand, would receive two promising young forwards and a future draft asset, potentially fitting their own organizational needs. Let's focus on the key piece for Toronto in this proposed deal, Tyler Myers. As mentioned, his physical presence is undeniable at 6'8". He's currently in the second year of a 3-year contract with an average annual value of $9 million. Now, that cap hit is significant, and it's something the Leafs would need to manage, but the idea here is acquiring that coveted size. Myers isn't just a big body. He's a veteran NHL defenseman. Last season with the Canucks, he played in 71 games, recording 6 goals and 18 assists for a total of 24 points. That's respectable offensive production from a defenseman, especially one known more for his defensive zone presence and reach. In this hypothetical Maple Leafs lineup, Myers would likely slot into the second or third defensive pair. His size and reach could be a major asset in breaking up plays, winning puck battles, and providing a physical deterrent. While his offensive numbers aren't eye-popping, he does have the ability to contribute, adding a bit more offense in the back end than some of the Leafs' current depth defensemen. Now, what would the Maple Leafs be giving up in this proposed deal? As mentioned, it's 2 pending RFA forwards and a third-round pick. Let's look at the forwards, starting with Nick Robertson. Robertson's situation in Toronto has been complicated, to say the least. He's a talented player with a great shot, but he's struggled to consistently earn a regular spot in the lineup and stay healthy. The report accompanying this trade pitch notes that Robertson requested a trade last season, and it's highly likely he might request another one this offseason. Despite scoring 15 goals in 69 regular season games, a solid total for the ice time he often received, he found himself a healthy scratch for much of the playoffs, only appearing in 3 games where he scored 1 goal. From Robertson's perspective, a change of scenery might be exactly what he needs to get a consistent opportunity to showcase his offensive talent. For the Canucks, he represents a young forward with scoring potential who could benefit from a fresh start. The other forward heading to Vancouver in this pitch is Holmberg. Holmberg played a more consistent and arguably more impactful role for the Maple Leafs this past season, particularly in a bottom 6 capacity. He's known for his strong defensive ability and versatility, capable of playing both center and wing. He recorded 7 goals and 12 assists for 19 points in 68 games. While he was a valuable piece for Toronto, the pitch suggests he also possesses good trade value around the league. For the Canucks, Holmberg could immediately step into a middle 6 role, providing reliable defense and some secondary offense. So, the proposed exchange is clear. The Leafs get the big veteran defenseman they seem to covet, while the Canucks get 2 younger forwards with potential and a draft pick. It's a move that addresses needs for both hypothetical teams, at least on paper. This trade pitch, while just a fan creation at this point, perfectly aligns with the stated philosophy of Maple Leafs general manager Brad Treliving. Since taking over, Treliving has made it abundantly clear that rebuilding and adding size to the blue line is a top priority. He wants the Leafs to be a harder team to play against, especially in their own end. We've already seen Treliving put this philosophy into action. He signed veteran defensemen like Chris Tanev and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, though OEL is no longer with the team, and traded for Brandon Carlo. This seems to be incorrect information in the source text, as Carlo plays for Boston and wasn't traded to Toronto, but will address the intent behind Treliving's moves as described. The idea behind these moves, as stated by Treliving, was to bring in taller, tougher defensemen. Here's what Treliving himself has said about the defense. In today's game, I like the length of our defense. I like the makeup of our defense. We've still got to be able to get out of our own end. He acknowledged areas for improvement, stating, "There are things we can do in terms of closing quicker and taking away space. We need to get more offense from our defense. But in terms of personnel, we'll see. I like the decor, but we can't be rigid. Adding a player like Tyler Myers, who is literally 6'8", is the epitome of adding length to the defense. He would fit seamlessly into Treliving's stated goal of building a bigger, more physically imposing blue line. In the context of the current roster, Myers could potentially replace a player like Simon Benoit in the lineup, or, in a more dramatic hypothetical scenario mentioned in the pitch, even step in if the team were to consider trading a longtime defenseman like Morgan Riley, though that remains pure speculation and would be a massive move. The point is, Myers fits the mold Treliving is building. Of course, any potential trade, especially one involving significant pieces and cap implications like this one, happens within the broader context of the team's recent performance and future outlook. The Maple Leafs had high expectations this past season, aiming for a deep playoff run and potentially the Stanley Cup. However, as we all know, the season ended in disappointment with another early exit, this time in the second round. Following that, Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment CEO Keith Pelley addressed the media and expressed confidence in the leadership group, Brad Treliving and head coach Craig Berube, to get the team over the hump. Pelley's words were strong and direct. "I'm confident in Brad. I'm confident in Craig. I am confident in the resources that we have," he said. But he also emphasized the ultimate goal and the responsibility to the fan base. "But I do believe that we as the custodians of the biggest hockey brand in the world have a responsibility to our fans, and that responsibility is winning championships. And we will do everything we possibly can and will not stop until we reach that goal." This statement from the top reinforces that management is under pressure to make moves that will lead to winning. A trade like the one proposed, while speculative, shows the kind of bold thinking that might be required to significantly alter the team's composition and try a different approach to achieving that championship goal. The Maple Leafs do enter the offseason with a relatively healthy amount of salary cap space, approximately $25.7 million. This gives them flexibility to make moves, whether through free agency or trades. However, it's crucial to remember that a significant portion of that space will be needed to address their own key pending free agents, most notably star forward Mitch Marner and captain John Tavares. Any trade, especially one bringing in a $9 million cap hit like Myers, would need to be carefully managed within these financial realities and alongside decisions about their core players. So, there you have it, a fascinating, albeit hypothetical, trade pitch that highlights the Maple Leafs' focus on size and the kind of moves that are being discussed in the hockey world. What do you think about this potential deal? Would you trade Robertson and Holmberg for a 6'8" defenseman like Myers? Does his size and veteran presence appeal to you? Let us know your thoughts and reactions in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this exclusive look into the rumor mill and want more in-depth analysis and breaking news on your Toronto Maple Leafs, please do us a massive favor and hit that like button. Liking the video and leaving a comment is the best way to support the channel and help us reach more passionate Leafs fans. We truly appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Stay tuned for more Leafs news.